All right, so we are back with Lunchbreaker. We are on Route 66, and we're on to Ashe. So the last VOD I did for Lunchbreaker was Coliseum, and my biggest piece of advice was to be a little bit more intentional with Coach Gun. There were a couple instances where they had used it maybe a little bit too aggressively, or may have wanted it defensively, but had already used it prior. So there were just a couple little things like that, and that was my advice. So I saw Lunchbreaker that you submitted homework, which was this same VOD as well. So I haven't actually looked at the homework because it is the same VOD. I will go back and comment on the homework afterwards, but this is a good opportunity just to review it all at once and then make some comments, see if I might have missed something or whatever, so I can go back and look at it after we're done recording and whatnot. So anyways, let's get into it. I am on a self-imposed time limit this time. I have about 45 minutes, maybe a little bit less, because I have to take my partner into work in that period of time. So therefore, this VOD will have to be shorter. So it kind of works out because that has been my intention, right? I start to cut it down a little bit. In fact, I've pre-recorded some VODs that are going to be releasing over the week. That I think one of them's like an hour and 10 or something. It's just so annoying because like I want to put the care and the time and the thought into these VODs. Trust me, I really do very much, but I also desperately need some time for myself as well. So if I'm pouring an hour into every single VOD I'm doing, I'm very happy to be helpful, and trust me, I love doing this, but I do need some time to myself as well. So cutting down the time will hopefully help me with that a little bit. So let's just get into it. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's see what Lunchbreaker is bringing to the table, no pun intended, this time. Yeah, so I totally like starting up here. This is fine. Good patience, whatever. Yeah, you could have started up here if you had really wanted to. Not super great, though, honestly. I mean, you can start up here. Anybody can start up here, but it's usually you just get poked out really, really quick. And on Ashe, I don't know. Like, there are definitely heroes who are better at standing here and holding this position. Ashe is not one of them. So yeah, I'm totally fine with Lunchbreaker being here right now. I don't know why I'm referring to you in third person, so I'm totally fine with you being here right now. Yeah, this is fine. Keep going. Patience, sure. Yep, nice. Yeah, why not? Stand still, nobody's shooting you, sure. It's fine. Yep, nice. You weren't getting shot at while you were throwing the dynamite, so I don't mind you just standing there while the dynamite's going out, so that's okay there. Nobody was really looking at you. As we can see, the soldier started to look at you towards the very end of that dynamite there, but now we're already moving to the right, so it's fine. Good job. Oh, really? What the hell was that? Really nice shot. Holy. Really nice jiggle peek there. That's something. That's pretty sick. Okay. Yep, so we know that soldier cast pushing left side. We obviously know Reinhardt charge behind us, whatever. Okay, so what's the solution? Where are we going to go? I don't mind you holding that space right now. They can't get up to you super quickly, but we need to know where the rest of our team is, and we are definitely the furthest forward right now. See, we are the furthest forward. Why? Because this Rhine has taken all of this space, and my entire team has backed up, and this will be game sense and awareness that you'll just get the hang of. But there will be like a little itch in the back of your head when you don't see anybody in front of you, you don't see any of your teammates in front of you. You are the furthest forward, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I just want you to be aware of that because that will dictate what you do next. Right, so you could turn around and shoot this Rhine. That's probably what I would recommend at this point because you still have a little bit of time before they can reasonably pressure you up here, especially if you swing on this side. Then this Cassidy flanking this way won't really have an angle onto you on you until he gets about like right around here-ish, right? And you'll also be far enough away from him that you'll be playing slightly outside of his effective range. So you could just turn and shoot him and you would theoretically win that range duel. I don't know. There are options. I don't mind what you're doing right now. This is fine. Just keep that in the back of your head here. Nice. Really nice. Incredible. Beautiful. I mean, 10 out of 10. No complaints. Yeah, you didn't make any mistakes there. It was good. Yeah, beat him up. Okay, this now This is probably something I would have done and then immediately paid the price. But this would have been, in my opinion, an appropriate time to aggressively coach. Why? Because we just killed 3 of them. Well, pretty much you just killed 3 of them. So we know they're 3 down, and this Cassidy is low and trying to get out. So there is a world, and it's probably what I would have done, would be to run out here and coach up here, and then I would have landed right in front of the soldier's face. So that sucks. But because I didn't hear him coming, I don't know about you. Looks like he's crouching. No, he's not crouching. Yeah, he is. I don't know. Whatever. He's doing something. I didn't hear him. So I probably would have gone for an aggressive play to take this high ground, and then been terrified because the soldier is just materialized out of thin air. But anyways, what's going on? Okay, sick. I think that would, if you had coach there, I've been totally fine with it. Careful. You see how you walk just like the tiniest bit forward there? Like, I don't know if you noticed that. So you are sitting back here, ready to swing back to this cover. And then we just slightly reposition. It's not that big of a deal, but you are now slightly more exposed, and you're not paying attention to what's happening over here. So Cassidy's about to swing you, and when you were playing here, looking more at like this angle, you'd be able to catch this. But now we're here, staring up here, and we're less likely to see this. And we've made our like back to cover peak or rotation here just a millisecond longer, which should not matter. Like, I think if you react in time to this Cassidy, you will live no matter what. But just something to note. Yeah, no complaints. It's fine. Good dynamite. Sure. Just don't forget about the soldier, right? Don't forget about him. Because as far as you knew, he was sitting up top, right? He's still up there, and we're choosing to ignore him, which is fine. It's working out for us because he's focused on something else right now, and you hit him with dynamite. So he's not, like, focusing super hard on you. And then he drops, but I don't know if you saw that. I mean, if you did see that and then you're playing up here, fine. If you didn't see that, then shame on you. Because this soldier was up here this entire time, right? And so now we are completely ignoring the risk, the threat that was here, right? And so in my head, until I knew exactly where that soldier was, until I had visually seen or heard him disengage from this high ground, I would not be peeking like this and turning my back to whatever's happening over here. So if you were aware, then fantastic, great job, no complaints. If you were not aware, then I would advise you to not tunnel vision here. To just remember where the enemies are staged, where they're positioning, where they're shooting from. Because if this soldier was still up here, this is insane. So nice shots. Dang, Lunchbreaker. We're hitting the headshots today, huh? Yeah, nice. Really floaty aim mechanically. What I mean by floaty, I mean more bouncy than I mean floaty. See how it's just kind of, we're all over the place with the aim. Like, all of your shots are relying on these really large mouse movement flicks instead of just keeping it level and allowing them to walk back, because you know they're going to run away. This Juno's already running back. This Ana's moving backwards, so they're going to follow a semi-predictable path back this way, right? Because like they might, you know, strafe a little bit and make it a little bit harder for you, but you know that they're going back this way, so you can position your crosshair in a spot where you're not just trying to wildly like follow them. You can anticipate their general movement pattern here. So it's just created some really hard shots for yourself. But I mean, you hit them, so good job.
Fighting change is a lost cause.
Sure, let's keep going. He should die. How does he? Oh, does the roll save him here? Oh my god, he's on 1 HP. Yo, he's actually on 1 HP. Wait, what function key is he? 7? I have to see this. Yeah, if he didn't roll there, that was a good roll from him. Okay. Yeah, standing here is fine. So we have Bob for this upcoming fight. Definitely recommend using it if you see an opportunity to do so. It's not something you want to save. Never want to save ults. Never really want to save abilities unless you're anticipating something, trying to make a play, you know, trying to play that lovely game of chess. So then, of course, then you might consider saving abilities for whatever the reason, as we discussed in the last video. But you know, just try to use stuff as often as you can appropriately, right? So if there's an appropriate time to use Bob here, absolutely. Still don't mind that you're playing here, but now that this Ana has very rudely stacked herself in front of you, I wouldn't hate to see a rotation over here. Like, this Ana is just being a jerk right now. There's no reason for her to be here. Ideally, this, like, Ana, you usually wouldn't play Ana here anyway. You would typically play Ana back here. Back here, you want the really long range angles with full sight on your team and full sight on everywhere they can come from, which includes down here. And of course, this Ana does not have that. So this Ana is actually such a jerk right now. So with that in mind, I wouldn't hate it if you rotated over here, but I don't think it's, you know, like, it's not on you to do so. This Cassidy is like, he is playing with some serious fire. And by the way, if I'm coaching this Cassidy, his entire problem is that he's going way too early. Oh, well, there we go. As I said, there's the, well, actually, I don't know if I said. I just lost power, so my internet went down. So we're going to stop the recording here, and I will restart it roughly at the same spot once I get my internet back. So I'll see you in a second. All right, like 5 minutes later, we're so back. If I hadn't explained in the first part before the VOD got cut off there, we're in the middle of like a windstorm right now, and this apartment is really incredibly old, and the power cuts out when it's windy a lot, which is incredibly annoying and frustrating. But anyways, I think I was commenting on this Cass and saying something along the lines, if I'm coaching this Cass, he's just way too early every single fight, right? Like, he's just poking when there's nothing else to shoot, so he's taking a buttload of damage, which is, I think, what happens right here, right? Like, he peeks around this corner and you headshot him. Yeah. Like, he's just too far forward, too fast. There's just nothing, like, he doesn't need to be here right now, and then he narrowly dodges a snade. Like, just, if he doesn't roll there, he's dead. So yeah, like, if I'm coaching that Cass, I'm like, bro, just be patient, man. Like, you're going way too early, because, I mean, this is good on you. Like, you don't have anything else to shoot, so shoot him for sure. But like, he's just too early. So anyways. Nice. We do have that perk now, so can definitely look to utilize that, unlike me and myself review I did yesterday on Suravasa. Having taken the perk and then I don't think used it a single time in the entire game. That was fantastic. Okay.
Do something!
Yeah, actually, I love this. I really love this, because you're not trying to be flashy with this. You're not trying to go for the big plays. My lights are flickering again. I swear to freaking Christ, man. I'll be back. All right, we are back once again, only about an hour later. So that's fantastic. Yeah, we just keep losing power, and this time it didn't come back for a while. So hooray. To my recollection, we had left off right as I was talking about this Bob here. I really liked it. I think. So we will resume from here, and hopefully I'm right around the same area. Anyways, I really like this Bob. I think, as I was saying, I like that you're not trying to be super flashy with it, holding it for like a perfect moment. This is just a good Bob that is splitting this Cass and this soldier, almost assuredly guaranteeing the kill on the soldier, and forcing Cass off this position, angling on you. So this, although this Bob isn't like right up here with you, this Bob is helping you maintain and hold this really strong position. So I like it quite a bit. And I don't really have anything else to say other than that. Like, surely this soldier dies. Yep, very nice. And then they yeah. Cass is forced out of position. Now, I don't know why he decides to go all the way up there. So just kind of fall back and play back here, but whatever. We missed dynamite on him. But, like, he should die, right? Surely. There we go. Just took a little while. Okay, yeah, very nice Bob. Really, really good. Because even though you didn't kill that cast, like you did kill that cast by putting Bob where you did. So very nice job. And you guys you used Freya ult at some point there, but realistically you only needed to use your ult. Sure. You didn't have anybody else on your screen, but I may have wanted you to save that for something a little bit different. I can see a Reaper coming to peek up over the edge here, and since you have just used Dynamite, if I'm that Reaper, I'm like, okay, so this Ashe only has Coach, so let me go TP in her face, right? Because you don't have anybody around you. Yeah, it's just you. I'm gonna go TP in her face, like right here, and I'm gonna Wraith immediately to bait out Coach, and then I'm just gonna go kill her. Like that's my play on Reaper. If this guy's paying attention. But he needs to go now. Oh. Well, he doesn't Wraith, but he does TP on you. Oh, wait, did we just miss him? What happened? Wait, this guy just walks right in front of our sights, right? He's right here. Okay, whatever. Sure. So, I mean, this is a use case of where it may have been a little bit better to be a little bit more patient with Dynamite. Now, it's obviously not going to guarantee the kill on the Reaper, but you could force Wraith out early. And it's just damage if he decides for whatever reason not to Wraith. It's just free damage, which makes your job a lot easier dueling him. So I don't think you really played this poorly by any means. Just nice Coach, good reaction there. Unfortunately, he does not bait you. And so you do catch him as well with Coach. So you knock yourself back and him at the same time. So that's fine. And I like this rotation as well because you put him over here. So he's probably going to be walking upstairs. He doesn't have teleport. So continuing to rotate here to catch him as he walks up is totally fine. The only problem is we stop here and we just sit here because we get distracted or something. I don't know. And we completely missed this, but you had the right idea. Just keep coming this way, because if you don't know where this Reaper is and you coach him over here, he's most likely kind of come up on the side over here, or he could be rotating around this way. Either way, coming over here isn't a horrible idea. Nice. So yeah, this is fine. The Dynamite's fine. We just whiff it. This might be an instance where it would have been nicer to shoot it, even though we have the perk, just to shoot it right here to guarantee it detonates on the Reaper, because we didn't press the detonation button in time, right? He was just a little bit too close to make it a really easy detonation. It barely misses, but it's fine. We don't have it, so we just need to play cautiously. We obviously don't want to be in his face. So yeah, continue rotating across bridge. Look at where your team is here. You don't want to get caught out by the Reaper, so if you were to deepen here, you would have to pay really, really close attention to what's happening on staircase, which you could do. It's not the end of the world if you were to do this, but your rotation would ideally be to continue to keep going, to flank, and play back here. If you're going to continue to go that side, if you're not going to go there, continuing to rotate back here to support your team front line is pretty good, and you also get vision on stairs. So you know, make up your mind, but sitting here isn't like super effective, because what are we going to see? Now we happen to catch this Juno because she double jump glide boots or whatever, but we're realistically not going to see a whole lot here. Our vision is not super great, so we need to take an angle somewhere. This Reaper really loves you. Did he propose already, or what's happening? Very interesting Cassidy ult. We can just completely ignore that. Sure. It's fine. Why are we backing up? What are you hesitant about? We know what they're playing. They're playing Reaper, Cass, Juno, Ana, Rein. What are you scared of? Now, this is understanding their team and what their team is capable of. There's only one person on their team who can realistically deal with you on high ground, and he has been trying to, and you have been beating him into the ground. It is the Reaper, right? He can TP up to and Wraith, and then maybe you're screwed, maybe you're not. It really depends who wins that 1v1, depending on how you both play it. But that is the only person on their team who can realistically prevent you from taking this high ground. So why are we backing up here? Like, we just deepen, just go up. They can't do anything about you up here. Their team is just not equipped to do anything. So keep coming. Keep coming. And that's just recognizing what their team is capable of and how to play around that sort of team. So they're just playing very ground hero, very ground brawly comp here. So you can take advantage of that by capitalizing on your verticality. Now, I wouldn't hate it if you just decided, I don't know if I really want to sneak by here, because I may or may not get shot, whatever. So if you want to come back here and then coach up to take the site over here, I think that would be acceptable, but you'd also have to then play cautiously, because then you are without coach for a potential Reaper engage. So that's crazy. Nice shots. We don't, I mean, you don't need me to tell you, but we don't need to drop there, right? This is fine. You can just sit up here, just play this angle. Your tank's like fine. He has plenty of health. He's got double pocket. And we don't need to go in here. And we're not adding anything to the fight, and we're just making our lives harder, right? That's funny. Bye, Juno. Yeah, this Juno dies if you just stay up here, for sure. Anyways. So, they don't have Shatter, we know that much. So, if they don't have Shatter, what do they have? I don't know. Sorry, I had to get a drink. But that's what I'd be thinking of, you know? Thinking of, okay, they use Shatter. What else is coming up the pipeline here? Like, what else have they used? What are they, you know, what is coming this fight? This is their last fight. They're gonna have to use stuff, right? So keep that in mind and think about it. Like, think about what their win con is, right? Their win condition. You want to do what you can reasonably within your limitations as Ashe to stop them from winning. And part of that is identifying what they might want to do and what their win condition might be. So I know that Reaper has now been on this battlefield for enough time to have reasonably high ult charge. I don't know if he has ult yet or not, but I'm thinking, okay, they're going to be approaching Reaper here. They don't have Shatter, so they can't like combo Reaper with Shatter, so we don't really have to worry about that too much. But in my mind, I'm going, okay, so this Reaper is going to be looking to make a play with Blossom at some point. So knowing that, I'm going to be mentally prepared to try and track this Reaper to see where he's going, see what if he's trying to be like really sneaky, watch for his aggression, etc., etc. So that's what I want you to like kind of have in mind right now. Hopefully you do. I don't know, but same old play. Surely he just wraiths immediately. This guy is crazy.
10 seconds remaining.
Why are we chasing? Why's Freya chasing here? Whatever. It's fine. Okay. So Reaper's now dealt with, but again, in the back of my head, I'm going, okay, well, he's probably kind of close to ult, you know, so. This is fine. This is fine. Just kind of trying to prevent supports from walking up. It's fine to let Ryan go, obviously. This is, I mean, this is great. Wow, how did Soldier get back here? Did he just walk underneath? No, he just went up. Okay. Okay. Understood. This is not your fault.
10 seconds.
You're doing your job here. You're doing your job. There's not, I mean, there's not really anything better you could be doing. This is perfectly fine. You're controlling the support. You're preventing the support from coming in. Yeah, I mean, your tank just dies, unfortunately, and your Freya has dropped and it's giving up all the angle and all the high ground pressure, which, you know, now she's just completely out of the fight, doing nothing. Yeah, your team just scuffed just scuffed it, you know. It's not, that's not on you. There's not really anything else you could have been doing. You were doing fine. Oh, poor Mercy.
Smoke 'em out of there.
Sure. Just want you to know you could also just walk this way. It's safer because you stay on the high ground, whereas now you're walking down here. So theoretically, this Ryan could be charging in. The soldier could be running in this way. They could be prepared to catch you here. Whereas if you just walk out up through here, you're on high ground and it's just much harder for them. You also have a lot more cover and time to get away. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you might die here. I don't know. If this Ryan's paying attention, well, he's obviously not. He should have charged in. What is your tank doing back here? Did he get rezzed?
Everybody come over here.
Whatever.
Stop the payload.
And you see how we're up here anyway, so I mean, if your intention is to make this rotation, just do it safer. Just do it safer up here. Yeah, we definitely hear him. He's loud as hell. Sure. He definitely, I mean, that body language screams he has ult. It just screams Reaper ult. So you should definitely know Reaper is looking ult here. You shut him down. Very nice. Very good angle. Yep. Just be careful. If you wait here too long, you can isolate yourself. Where is their Rhine? Where is the Rhine? Right there. Right there. Okay. You can isolate yourself, which isn't that... It's not a problem if you do isolate yourself. You just have to be aware that you are and then make the rotation accordingly. So if they start to push over here... if they start to push upstairs and you're still caught out over all the way over here, you definitely don't have time to make the rotation back over here. So you need to keep in your head, okay, so if they do that, if they start to walk up on me over here, then my play needs to be to rotate back here. And by that time, the Reaper would probably be respawning and walking up here. So then you'd have to be like, okay, well, now I'm playing for the 1v1 against Reaper, making this rotation. So it's all situational, but this is totally fine where you are right now. Bob's okay. It's pretty good. It's not fantastic. It's pretty good though. I just don't like how it's on cart. The Bob should realistically be back here. It just gives them less to work with, because if the Bob is here, then they can theoretically kite around the cart, walk through, run through here, and just be totally fine. Flip map, come up this way. Obviously, that's kind of a high-level strat that it would take really fast thinking that probably you wouldn't see very often, but it is definitely a possibility. So when Bob hits this cart, you're kind of allowing them to make different rotations, whereas if you throw Bob back here, yeah, they could potentially make the same rotation, but now we're covering height, we're covering this side right here, covering this room over here. So nothing would realistically stop them from, I guess, making the same rotation up like that. But then your Bob might be here to say, nope, no thanks. But again, I guess the Bob could probably do the same thing here. So I don't really know. I'm just not a huge fan of Bobs on cart. I just think cart itself is such a barrier, like it's a wall, it's such a big obstacle for Bob that you really cut off a lot of angles by throwing Bob there. Alternatively, you know what would have been really creative from you is if you threw Bob right here. Now it might not be super great, I don't know, but it'd be really creative because then you're putting Bob on height, overlooking down over the cart, and then of course that's just like, then he doesn't have an obstacle, so that would be an interesting spot for Bob. But right on cart, well, he misses cart. Well, he doesn't miss it. He just has Bob physics where he's slippery for whatever reason. But you see what I mean, though. You see what Ana and Soldier do immediately. They just kite. They kite back here, and they run through here, and now Bob is a non-issue to them. Versus Bob back here, they realistically can't do that. Now they could just, as I said, run through here or whatever, but what they do here, because of this Bob, they wouldn't be able to do, right? You'd at least catch this Ana, Maybe not the soldier, or at least force sleep. I don't know. Something, right? But you can see Bob's kind of a non-issue. Non-issue. He is a little bit of a distraction, but because he's not in the back line and because you didn't like peel or split attention really, their entire team just gets to kite this for free. So it's an okay Bob. I like the thought behind it. I just don't like the placement. And if your placement had been better, it would have gone significantly better for you.
Step it up, Bob.
Nice shot.
Step it up, Bob.
Why does it say reviving? Anyways, they're starting to get a little bit far outside your range as your tank's pushing up and pushing forward. It's just fine to stay here for right now. But just be wary of what's happening. Like, where's Reaper? Reaper's over there. Okay. So I think it's okay to stay here, but acknowledge the fact that they're running back up here, and so their rotation is probably going to be across here or through here, and you'll probably see them pretty soon, so just keep that in mind. He takes low ground. Yeah, why not? Just careful, Reaper is below you on Mega. Keep that in mind. I don't think you're his target right now, but... Well, yeah, you are, if he teleports up to you. Oh, that sucks. You just accidentally walked off, whatever.
Point me in the right direction. She's gonna blow.
60 seconds remaining.
Positioning for, or staging for this fight. Okay, where your team is, we're taking an angle from our team. Okay, Mercy's way up in the air, and we're pretty isolated, but it's not a huge deal because we're Ashe, right? And they're not. Their team isn't pushed far forward. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Just mark the soldier, right? And then if more people come with a soldier and it's not a 1v1 anymore, that's definitely your cue to get out. Like, you should coach out and make a rotation probably this way. Maybe up here. By the way, you can walk on this. You can just walk right across right here, just like so. So you could make that rotation. But yeah, for what's happening in the fight and positioning wise from both teams, this is fine. You just need to win this against the soldier, and by win it, I don't mean you need to kill him. I just mean you need to get him off that angle.
Thank you.
Yeah, fine. Oh, here comes Reaper. All right, now this is very spooky now, and you can feel it because now you don't know where soldier is. You threw dynamite, it blew up, but it didn't hit him. So you're not entirely sure where he is. You can make an assumption that he's either going to re-peek you or he's running all the way around, in which case it's the latter. But now Reaper's teleported all the way over here, and their tanks pushed up, and they're investing ultimates, and everything's happening, and we don't have vision because our back's kind of turned because we were watching soldier, so we don't really understand what's happening around us. It's just kind of spooky.
Thank you.
It's just kind of spooky, and I don't even necessarily disagree with what you're doing here. I think pushing this soldier a little bit is okay. I think it's okay because it's better than being here while you were doing it, which is where you were originally, right? You were kind of gravitating back over here, but you push forward, and so therefore you cut off the angles from main, so you're cutting this angle so you just don't take damage. So I think this is totally fine. As soon as this Reaper, you hear this Reaper TP, you need to make a decision, because we don't want this situation where we're surrounded now, and we certainly don't want the enemy team to get further forward. So we need to choose what we want to do. We can either walk on this Reaper and try to coach him and take a duel, or we can just take our chances with soldier over here. Either way, it's just kind of spooky because you know you're getting pressured from a bunch of different angles. Okay, we can't Lunchbreaker. We can't just ignore this over here. We can't ignore it. Like, this is your space. This is where you're stationed. You need to defend this, or you need to get out. And if we get out, we can't just stop here and pick roses and dandelions and whatever. We need to keep going. Until at least we need to at least be able to pay attention to what's happening over here in the space that we just had, that we know we're getting pressured with. We can't just forget about that. We need to watch what's happening, because this is like this Reaper should not ever get the jump on you here. Nice coach though. Wow. Okay, so all of this is just a symptom of this play right here. If we're gonna get out, okay, whatever, fine, get out, whatever. Coach across, get out, create space, wrap, do something else. Sure, if that's what you want to do it, but don't just stand here and completely forget about what was happening back here. Silly goose. So anyway, we forget and we stop paying attention to what was happening, and then now we have to use coach, and we coached into an awkward kind of position because we didn't really, it just had to be a snap reaction. We didn't really have time to think about it or set it up, and it was a good coach to get him away from us really quickly, so nice job. But now we're also low health, and because the coach was awkward, now we're on the ground, and we're kind of caught out in the open with really bad positioning, and then Ryan, of course, makes a nice play here to take space. And Ulysses has a really nice beat, but you're all dead. Really nice play from the Rhine, and unfortunately, just because we had shifted our attention away from the space that we needed to keep it on, at least until we were sure we were safe, we kind of got really sloppy and messy and ended up on low ground, and as you saw, it just felt really chaotic. And if you remember what I said last time about feeling lost or chaotic, or like everything's collapsing, like the world's collapsing around me sort of feeling, that means you're out of position. It means your positioning is bad. And of course it's bad. You know it's bad because you don't want to be here. But then the follow-up question is, okay, why is it bad? What circumstances led me to be in this bad position? So then we need to retrace our steps and go, okay, so I was over here and I was fighting Soldier and I forced Soldier out, so that was okay. But then Reaper teleported, and I guess I just didn't give Reaper enough respect because I kind of ignored him for a little bit, and then he just ended up walking on me, so I coached frantically, especially because he ulted me, and then I, ended up down here. So retrace the steps, figure out why you're in a bad position, and then, then you're golden. You're golden. So that's the only reason we're dying here.
30 seconds.
Hey.
I don't know why I keep saying reviving. That's so weird. It's like you get rezzed once, and now you're rezzed every single time I skip forward. Don't aim at the ground. I think you're aiming down here because you're expecting to turn this corner and then maybe do something down here. But before you make this rotation, what angle are you going to expose yourself to? The second you walk out here, there is no way to see this angle without first exposing yourself to this angle. You see what I'm saying? So when you walk around this corner, your crosshair needs to be at this height, and if there is somebody up here, if there's not, it doesn't matter. You're at least prepared for it. And then once you are sure that this space is clear and you don't have to worry about any threats up here, then we can start to look down, and then we can start to look down here. Yeah, this is fine. Once again, understanding what they're playing, right? So what are they playing? Playing Reaper, Soldier, Moira, now, Ana, and Ryan. So what does that mean for us? Where can we go? What space can we take? What can we do to be really, really annoying to them? Do you have any ideas? Looking at the map. It might feel weird, but I promise you it would be very, very effective. See what your Freya is doing? Like, why is your Freya all the way over here? You know, like this seems really out of position, right? Like she's way far away from everybody else on your team. But she's totally fine. She's 100% fine up here. Because she's on high ground. They don't have any way to get to her quickly. She has that verticality to get up here like immediately. Like she's just here, right? She doesn't have to take a long rotation to come down here. She's got cover. She's got angles. She's got the high ground as cover. She's fine. This is fine. This is good from this Freya. This is totally fine. Now, the only exception is, you know, once this cart moves forward and their team moves forward, obviously we're not going to see anything here. But at which point I would love to see this Freya move this way, move up here, and deep in here. Or if she's going to play more of like a stealthy assassin, then just, you know, come up here, do whatever. But my point is I would like to see you up here right now. This would be a really strong position for you. So doesn't matter that Soldier's over there, right? Like, who cares if Soldier's over there? Soldier's not going to be able to get up to you. I don't think he can rocket jump up here. Maybe he can. I don't know. I don't think he can, though. Even if he does, then, okay, he's used rockets and damaged himself to get up to you when you have dynamite and whatnot. So just ignore this Soldier. Just play on top of the Soldier. It might feel weird, but realistically, they're not going to be able to do anything to you, and you're going to be able to do a whole lot to them.
Tell the devil I said
They're on hog now. Classic. Yeah, this is fine. I don't mind you standing here throwing damage down main. Why? Because there's not really anywhere else to go. The only other place you could go is back through here, going on the flank over here, which again would be totally fine, perfectly fine. It'd be good play because they can't get to you. They can't do anything about you. You would just be really annoying, might even get a pick or two. But if not, your rotation's fine. It's simple. You just walk back up here, come back up through here. If you have time, if they're not pushed too far up, otherwise you can rotate back here, or you can just sit here and wait and then repeat after a while. But I mean, it's either there or here. So you're in one of two acceptable positions right now. This is such a drive-by from the Soldier. What the hell is this? I love it. That's amazing. Good on that Soldier. But you should be doing the same thing. Well, I was not expecting that. Let's see. Was not expecting the Bob to come out here. Yeah, I mean, you're losing the fight, right? You're losing the fight in a big way. So your tank's almost dead. You've lost your Curie. We're all running away and backing up. And there's not really much of a point in throwing Bob to stall here, because this card is not at risk. You still have a full team fight ahead of you, definitely, with the card over here. So we don't need to throw Bob to stall this cart to give our team enough time to take another team fight. Yeah.
30 seconds.
I mean, it's pretty nice that the Bob does actually live that entire time and stall the cart. So, pretty nice. But as you can see, he didn't really do anything other than stall that cart. And I don't know how he doesn't die there, but he doesn't. And it's just your Freya and your Mercy just throwing damage into the team. And I don't know. I mean,
You won't get the best of me.
I would much rather have Bob for this fight right here, this last fight that we're going into, than having thrown Bob here to stall to get this team fight that was going to happen no matter what, you know? Reviving, by the way. Reviving. Okay. This is all fine. I agree with this. There's not really much of another option for you. You are just coming out of spawn. You're genuinely, your other option is to come back into spawn. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have either. I probably would have made the same rotation too, because I want to be out in the fight and nothing else is really happening. And it just, this soldier has really, really good timing here and a very good read of the fight. So I don't think this is really on you. This is just a very good play from their team, and the only way for you to have avoided all of this would have been to just walk back through here and maintain the pressure on the Reaper, but from the safety of your spawn. But given the information that you had at this time as Reaper was pushing forward, there's no way for you to, like, you just can't anticipate this. It doesn't matter how high rank you are. It's just like, this is just something that, yeah, you could say, okay, I know soldier's gonna ult, he's gonna, you know, if it's a good soldier, he's gonna do it on a nice long angle, nice off angle, but when is he gonna do it? I can probably have a pretty rough idea, but if I'm thinking about all that, I'm certainly not thinking that soldier is gonna ult right here, right now. Like, this doesn't really make sense. His entire team is all the way back. He is ulting into 5 people. He's only supporting his Reaper up here. It just doesn't really make sense for soldier ult to happen right now. So I think this is all fine. The coach was fine because if you didn't hit that shot, you obviously wanted to get out. But it was a nice shot. So, and then yeah, whatever. It's, I mean, you can be hard on yourself, but there's no reason to be. You played that fine, in my opinion. Only thing you should be hard on yourself, if you're going to be, is your Bob. Like, obviously Bob would have been really nice to have in that last fight. Okay, let's keep going. This is a long game, and I have a feeling that I'm probably going to go well over the hour mark. I'm probably already am. I don't know, because I have to splice different videos together. Oh, there we go. I was like wondering what was happening. Okay.
2, 1. Attackers in
Vendetta now, huh? So we're going kind of divey. Doomfist Vendetta is just, I don't like it. I don't think it feels very good. Whatever. Doesn't matter. You're basically playing full dive here, except for you. And, I mean, Zen is obviously not dive, but he's very good at supporting dive. So, I mean... Be careful. Be careful, because you know you're not going to have a front line. You're not going to have a tank to absorb damage. You're going to have a tank to hopefully pull attention and create spaces for you to capitalize on. But you're not going to have that tank to rely on soaking damage main if this tank plays well. So we need to be very attentive to what our tank is doing, trying to time our engages off of our tank and capitalize on the distraction that he will hopefully create. Same with Vendetta. You can also play off your Vendetta. She's very good at pulling attention and getting to places quickly and getting out of places quickly. So this is a very sort of distraction-based team, I would say, which is, you know, some dive is more distracty, some dive is more like surge of power, surge of, you know, like you invest all your resources diving one target and you secure the elimination there, and then you kind of wait. And this is, to me, this is more of like a, okay, we're just going to be kind of a nuisance sort of a dive. So just be careful.
The payload is advancing as it should.
Yep, I like the initial angle here, just going to the right, taking right lane. It's totally fine. Good job. Yeah, don't need to panic here. You created plenty of space. This is plenty of space. You're not at risk of anything here. mechanics. Look at the micro. Look at what's happening with your cursor. We're aiming at feet, back to chest, feet to chest. You know. You've hit some really nice shots this game. So, like, you are very capable of going to the next level with your mechanics, no doubt. You're just gonna have to learn and train yourself not to do this up and down thing that you do a lot. Nice. Yeah, it's fine. I really like how he stands still. Like, you stand still and you set this shot up and you move at the last second. Maybe you move because you are intending to aim with your movement versus your mouse and you just accidentally move a little bit too far. In which case, whatever, fine. But it's just kind of funny that we took this time to set up this shot and then missed. I do it all the time, don't worry about it. But good follow-up, and I like that you're really minimizing your movement here to make these shots easier for you, so good job. Look at the... Bro, lunch. You're hitting nice shots, right? But look at all the effort that you're having to put into hitting them. That's fine. You see that? That was horizontal transition across, right? We didn't adjust our verticality from Moira. We maintained this crosshair at head height. If you don't know what I mean, if you missed it, I'll go back real quick. Watch where it is now, okay? Where it is now, and watch how it's a horizontal movement across, just like that, maintaining that head height on that Moira. And then for whatever reason, now we're adjusting really low. See, now we're aiming at the actual ground at her feet, going back of the head, back up and back down, up. Nice no reg, very nice. And it's like it's.
Smoke 'em out of there.
Good shot. Oh, that sucks. Oh well.
Smoke 'em out of there.
Outclassed.
Yeah, that's fine. You thought you were safe. You weren't. Unfortunate. Oh well. Let's go next. He just kind of caught you off
Let's
guard.
get back in the saddle.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah, nice job. I really like that you're up here. This is a very good angle to hold because a lot of people will obviously want to push back up through here as the cart's around here to try and get that recontest or to try and hold a really strong angle like this soldier is. So you being up here, very good. I just like to see you maybe on this side or at least moving around, mixing it up a little bit. Just the sides a little bit wider, gives you a little bit more vision into this. But if you are playing over here with the intention maybe to catch somebody down here, then that's fine. It's fine. Either way, it's really good that you're up here, so good job. Good staging. Don't walk too far forward, though. This is dangerous. Why is this dangerous? Because if they are to push, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Like, you can coach, but then you'll have coach, and if you do coach, where are you realistically going to coach? Probably would have to be back into your team because you can't really coach over here because then you're really isolated and a very easy target. So maybe you can coach back here, or maybe you can coach back here, but then you've just wasted coach to be in a position you should have been in to begin with. So just careful of walking forward here. Your Vendetta can stay up here. That's fine. This is Vendetta's strength, just to hold really close, tight angles like this. Like Vendetta plays a lot like Brig, where she's very good at controlling space defensively and not super great at taking it offensively. It depends. It really depends. In 1v1s, of course, she can be very good, but to play like this is exactly her strength. It is not your strength to play like this, Vendetta. It is your strength to play back here. Really nice punch from your Doomfist. Really nice dynamite. Yeah, good job. You recognized it too. You recognized it. You said you went, oh my god, I went too far forward. And you backed up to exactly that position right next to your cover. Very well done. Good job. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, I like it. Especially with Bob, definitely. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, nice shot. Yeah, keep going. Yep. Okay. I like the aggression. I think you could afford to be being a little bit more aggressive than you are, but you know, I like that you're moving up with your team here. You're holding high ground, playing around cover. You're being patient, lining up the shots. Good stuff so far. Good stuff. I hope we're thinking about Bob. I'm sure we are. So ideally, where do we want Bob to create a lot of chaos? Preferably behind them somewhere or helping us control an angle. So maybe you really want to hold this high ground, which I think would be pretty good. So maybe we could throw Bob up here to help us if necessary. If not necessary, then probably somewhere back here. We'll see.
Retribution comes.
Their team is just hard staggering. And you definitely win this point for free now. Sure. It's okay. You should know that they're still coming back from spawn, so it's an acceptable time to use dynamite because you know that they're not going to walk out as a team. So, and if they do start to walk out, then they're silly and they're just feeding. So, yeah, it's fine to use dynamite there.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
The battle intensity.
Yep. But also no. You are currently looking the wrong place. I want you to continue on this path. Please continue to your right. Please go flank. Or take the angle. Doesn't have to be a hard flank. You can also just take this off angle. But look, your Vendetta is way up. Your Zen is way up. Your Curie is on cart, as she should be, because she is very hypermobile and can get in and out very quickly. So it's perfectly fine for her to play. Your Doomfist is in the air, probably looking to slam engage on somebody, or at least maybe take height away from them. Maybe he drops over here. You know, he can. I guess he's not. I guess he's just going right in. But your entire team is up here taking this fight, and we are back here doing nothing. So I like the coach to go across. Just keep going though. We need to be part of this. Swing this way. Look at the soldier. Keep coming here, and then you know what would be absolutely incredibly devastating for them, assuming they're not all dead by the time you get here? Bob. Boom. Game over. So we do it. We make the rotation. We're just really late. That's fine. At least we're coming over here. So you had the right idea. It just wasn't quite fast enough.
She's gonna blow.
Okay. Careful. Yeah.
Much better.
Sure. Sure. Could even bob this, honestly. You could just solo bob her here. Wouldn't hit it. It'd be a pretty big stagger. Okay.
No sweat off my brow.
Yeah, just do it. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Good job.
Do something.
Yeah. Good job. Yep. Yeah. Good job. I genuinely don't have anything else to say. Well placed. Well timed. Good job. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Good job. Good stuff. Let's keep going. my god. Skipping ahead doesn't always work. Alright.
Let's make a scene.
You guys have quite the advantage, huh? I'm gonna be so depressed if you lose this game. I'm actually gonna be so depressed. Okay, what? We just lag out there or something? What happened?
Your hand-to-hand needs work.
30 seconds.
Their time is short. Hold strong.
Getting a little impatient. Yeah, I get it, right? Your entire team's up doing stuff, you're just sitting there watching them. Okay. Yeah, sure, rotate, why not? This definitely doesn't... I mean, since your entire team is up here, it's fine, but it's obviously just doesn't feel very good. As Ashe, I mean, even here, it's just too far. It's just, this just isn't really built to Ashe's strengths. If we are going to play up here, though, I would like to see you up here. In case, like, you can deny this space. And case in point, the Reaper is just taking it for free.
10 seconds.
This one's
Oh man, that's tough. I feel like this Reaper had absolutely no intention to catch you there. He was just making a play for the mini. And he just got unlucky. Yeah. And then you kind of, I think you kind of panicked because you took a random shot from Iari when you weren't expecting to. Like, your entire team peels for this Reaper, which leaves you exposed to this Iari shot, which kind of, I think, freaks you out a little bit. Because after that, then obviously we run to get this mini, but we weren't really paying attention to this, where this Reaper was teleporting, so then we run right into Reaper, but it's because of the Ari, but it's really because the entire team peels, and I don't know, it's just a lot of like really bad stuff that happens all at the same time to cause your death here. But it all could have been avoided if we were just up here to begin with, because then Reaper would not be allowed to get up here.
I'm not.
Echo here.
We're pretty far forward. You're kind of getting away with it, though, obviously. This soldier is brave, but he's doing the right thing. He might be doing it a little bit too far forward, but he probably trusts himself. He's got his health station, he's got Helix, he's got LOS on his team somewhat here, so it's fine. But ideally somebody might be there to support him, preferably support, like Iari. Like, I don't know what this Iari is doing, just sitting on cart, but if Iari is up here playing with soldier, then you guys are kind of screwed by being up so far so fast. Otherwise, it's fine. Oh man, this Reaper is really ruining your whole career, huh? These teleports are wigging you out. Yeah, I get it, because he's been punishing you with teleport like half the time, and the other half the time you're punishing him. I don't know, it's been interesting. What the hell did you hit? Pylon? I think you just hit Pylon there, but you definitely, it looks like you should have hit Iari. Okay, sure. You got forced out of the position you really wanted. I get it, but this is not Ashe's strength, right? This doesn't feel good on Ashe. So if you truly have nothing else that you can possibly do, sure, come this way. And I mean, you are creating a different angle from your team, but it's just never going to feel good, so... All right, pop quiz. Why did that fight feel so chaotic and lost? Like, why did we feel like we're just scrambling, running for our lives? Pop quiz time. Pop quiz. This is all fine. And this is the mistake. This is the mistake. Either keep going, make this rotation, or come out here, whatever. Maybe you would have been caught by the charging Ryan, but he was not charging at the moment that you're rotating in. Or don't make this rotation. Come up here, your Doomfist is already up there, and look to come back this way and come up here, but we are very indecisive about what we want to do. So we're staying on low ground for way too long. Way too long. We almost got caught by Shatter. Very lucky that we don't. Then we use Coach to try and dodge Shatter, but we were late to react to it. So it's, I mean, it's a fine Coach to get to high ground, but we should have been here already, either by walking up the stairs or having Coached like 2 or 3 seconds earlier. And so now we're up here, and now, unfortunately, the Ryan takes the pedal when we've already used Coach, and now Yari's flying from over here. So this just obviously just doesn't feel good. It feels really chaotic and hectic to be here because this just isn't a good position. It's just not a good position to be in. So how do we remedy that? Once again, make a decision. When you're coming in here, if you want to continue to avoid Soldier, if you didn't recognize your Doomfist was on him, whatever, okay, fine. Then walk back here, maybe look to come over here, make this play over here, go on a flank, right? It's fine, whatever. Or walk through here, come up here, look through here, that's fine. Or if you were paying attention and you saw your Doomfist up there, nothing wrong with coming out here, coaching, helping your Doomfist, maybe taking a shot, right? Because this Soldier had complete entire focus on your Doomfist, and your Doomfist was going to kill him anyway. So it would have been safe to coach in that instance. Or walk back, and coach up here. I don't know. You have options. Don't just stand in main. Oh, there goes Doom. Oh, we are terrified of this Reaper. I get it. Well, he's kind of scared of you too. Yikes. Okay, sure. Yeah, that's oof. I mean, with slippery physics here, you're running the risk of Bob just running off the map. Okay. Yep, okay. Obviously doesn't feel good that they had less than a minute and got that far, but let's see what you guys can do. Happens a lot more than it should.
Attackers incoming.
Show them no.
Escort the payload.
Can't handle the heat. Stay out of my way.
And they're on Diva, which sucks for you. Doesn't really suck for anybody else on your team, though. Yeah, this Reaper loves you. I mean, it's fine. He's doing his job. Nice. Okay, just look at your positioning real quick, though. You did a really good job on last attack that you had, but this is kind of chaotic and messy and a little bit sloppy from you. Why are we here? Why are we standing on cart? Why are we stacked with Curie and Zen and everything like that? Like, it was fine. Just come back here last time. Do this again. This is fine. This is fine. Or come up here. You know, just do make one of those two, but we're not on an angle. It's just doesn't feel very good, right? Nice shot.
You were being rude.
Okay, stage. Let's get staged. Very nice. Good job.
I draw the stars. I draw.
This is fine.
Makes sense. She's gonna blow.
But as soon as you see that, the soldier is running at you full speed and has no intention of stopping. You need to be very, very aware of what the soldier is doing. So you need to be listening to the soldier. Listen, 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 listen. He's still running. I would not coach here. It's unnecessary to push yourself into the air when it's much safer to just drop. So that might be a little bit of knowing where you are. Or maybe you just panicked. I'm not really sure. I think you know where you are. Maybe you just kind of panicked because you heard soldier. But you should be anticipating soldier because you saw him sprinting at you full speed. And we heard him continue to sprint. So giving up this space is fine. Obviously, you don't want to take a 2v1 against... I mean, it's really a 3v1 because Mercy's here. Against the Rhine, against the soldier pushing you and taking your space. So that's fine. Disengage. But I would prefer to have seen you dropped here because now we're just in the air. We're just in the air. And then if you want to coach after you drop, after you're sure that you're, you know, not getting pushed and that you're safe, to coach back up to high ground up here, that's totally fine. But coaching from here to over here in this moment, I would caution against it. Really nice support from your Doomfist. And I like where you are now. Like, this is a good rotation ultimately. It just, you could have done it much safer, right? Nice.
Do something.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think I have a problem with this. Full health Rhine and a low health Mercy. You really want to secure this fight. It's just you and your Doomfist as far as you can tell right now. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Good job. Yeah. Good job. No complaints. Good Bob.
Keeping the change.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Thank you.
I wreak chaos. Mercenary.
Okay. This is fine, but we know Ryan is walking this way. He can continue to walk all he wants. That's fine, but we need to have a rotation in mind. Since you are so early, and he is so early, you know, his team is not here to support him. Your team is not here to support you. This is kind of like a standoff, but a standoff that he's going to win because he has a shield and can just hold it and walk towards you. So if he wants to take this space and you don't want to give up high ground, what do you think you should do here? Oh, I wish I had a clip from a while ago. It was actually so funny. It would be a perfect time to showcase what I'm about to explain. Oh well. You can ignore this ride, obviously. You know you can ignore him. You're just shooting him because there's nothing else to shoot, and that's fine. But nobody else is taking the space away from you. There's no threat here. So this is just neutral space. Nobody's controlling this. You're just about to fight for it, right? So if you want to maintain this high ground and this presence and this pressure on this Rhine and just on this area in general, don't come back here. Don't come back here. Nothing's happening. You don't need to disengage, right? It's just you versus Rhine. There's no need to disengage. Just adjust your position here. So what I want to see you do is walk forward. I want to see you walk forward. Continue just shooting unscoped into this Rhine shield to just wear it down a little bit. And make the rotation across bridge. And then back through here. and then back up here and over here. That's what I want, because you have the time to do it and you're not getting pressured. So, and you maintain a nice angle, and you're respecting the Rhine, and you're keeping their team in front of you while also having pretty good distance management and playing to your hero's strengths, right? Medium to long-ish range, but not super far. You maintain all of that by making this rotation here. Whereas if you allow this Rhine to scare you and force you all the way back here, then there's not really anything you can do to anybody but Rhine. Like, and I mean, I don't know, you know, walk, yeah, walk. And now it's too late.
Experience tranquility.
Much better. Get him on. Let's get our payload moving. My coals are red hot.
Nice shots. Nice, good calm aim there. Good calm aim. Not wild aim, just really precise. Good job. Yep. Nice. Nice. Yep. No, you're fine over here. You're fine over here. We don't need to coach up over here right now. Because look where they're gonna have to fight, right? Look where they're gonna have to fight. They're just gonna, if they can make it, which I don't think they can, but if they can, then they're going to have to stand right here. So your Vendetta is already up here on this angle. We don't need to follow her and do damage up here. We just need to prepare for the fight that's about to happen. The chances are they don't get to make it. If they had another team fight coming and their entire team was coming out, then sure. You know, come up here, throw some damage in there, get a nice dynamite, build Bob, whatever. But you know that they've just been staggering this entire time, and I think it's just more beneficial for you to be safeguarding the point here at this point in time. You know, if Reaper teleports in, then you have a shot on this Reaper very easily. Whereas if you're up here looking over here, I don't know if you, I mean, obviously you can walk over to the edge and see, but then if you do that, then you're turning your back over here. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you could just stay here and be totally fine right now, given the state of the fight and, you know, all that good stuff.
Is approaching its destination. Double kill.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Okay, nice. Okay, this video is gonna be, I have no idea how long, but it might be my longest yet. Either way, thank you for the VOD. Very nicely done in a lot of areas. I really liked what I saw. Yeah, you did have a lot of panic coaches kind of coming through here, which is different. It's different for me to tell you to work on coaches with intention versus, you know, having panic coaches, because when I tell you to work on them with intention, what I mean is when you are going to use them, you know, when you intend to use them, what I should say, when you intend to, then think about what you're doing with them, versus a panic coach is just, you know, snap reaction panic. You're not thinking and you're not intending to do it. So I can't really grade you or judge you based on that in any way. So just aside from the panic coaches, I mean, I think your coaches look pretty fine. Dynamites, as always, are pretty solid. Bobs were pretty good. You did have one kind of wasted Bob, but ultimately I think you had like 3 or 4 really nice Bobs, so that was really nice to see. Yeah, and your positioning is very good most of the time. You're taking a lot of nice angles. You're not usually stacked main. You're not usually stacked on your team. You're always looking for opportunities to capitalize on nice angles and crossfire and distractions. So that's really nice to see. And I mean, it shows you won this game. I don't know if you've been on a winning streak or not, but if you continue to play like you're playing in this game, you're going to win games. You didn't make huge critical mistakes. You didn't waste your abilities. You didn't waste your ultimate. You weren't too early or too late. Well, maybe once or twice, but as a general rule, you weren't staggering. You did really well. You did really well, and you deserve to win this game for sure. So, good job. From this VOD alone, I think I am going to give you the boilerplate mechanical advice here for this. That's up to you. Mechanics, in my experience, take the most effort to work on because we all just do things automatically. How do I put this, right? Like, we all, from the very first day we play Overwatch, we are already learning how to move, how to aim. Like, we're already engaged in all that. We don't have to be thinking about things like, well, anything. I'm not going to just list off a bunch of examples. We don't have to be thinking about the game so much because we're just learning movement and aiming and all this, right? So it's the very first thing we learn. So it's the most ingrained habit, and it gets refined over time. But if you aren't very cognizant and aware of what you're doing with it, then you can develop some bad habits that stick around and are very hard to get rid of. And that's what I'm still trying to get rid of myself. Is mechanical, like, bad habits. For me, it's disregarding Peeker's advantage and moving unnecessarily. For you, you actually are pretty good at that. You are actually very good at Peeker's advantage from what I've seen. I don't see you moving unnecessarily a whole lot. Excuse me. But for you, your mechanical flaw is just very bouncy, floaty aim. So, what I want you to do, and maybe I can demonstrate it here. I always forget that I can actually give examples because I'm actually in the game and not just spectating. Go into Vaxta.
3, 2, 1.
Load up Ashe. Go here. Get yourself to the middle. And practice moving your mouse like this. Practice moving your mouse like this. Just horizontally. Try to minimize the amount you move it up and down. Just go like this. Do this for 10 minutes. I'm not kidding. Don't even shoot. Just move. Learn how it feels to move your mouse horizontally like this. You know, not moving like this, not being shaky, just smooth, right across as smooth as you can, right? And then once that starts to feel really comfortable, then start to mix it up. Then maybe try to track a target a little bit. You know, follow her as much as you can. In this case, Widow. Right, we're just kind of following the Widow. And trying to keep that... You see how I'm not moving up and down at all? I'm still doing this exact same motion, but now I'm just trying to track a target a little bit. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, just do this. And then once you start to feel comfortable with that, then start shooting. You know, start shooting. You don't have to scope if you don't want to. Start unscoped. And you see how even though that Soj was sliding, I didn't adjust vertically. I'm just waiting for that Soj to come back up. I'm not going to bother to chase BAP because that's what we're working on. Just keeping very level, just like that. Okay, and then maybe once that feels good, then you can start to work on the scope-unscope combos while maintaining that same height, right? Now, of course, this Cassidy is moving right at the exact time I'm taking that second shot. So, this will help you stop doing this. Alright, because this is what you do a lot, right? And so this is just unnecessary mouse movement. Makes it really hard when you can just... Oh, where's BAP coming? Oh, he's back down here. Okay. Still, okay, I suck because I'm laying back in my chair. Okay, I didn't mean to follow him there. That's just my habit. My bad. But just horizontal movement. So practice that. Practice that. That's what I want you to do. Literally 10 minutes. I know it's going to be so boring and so awful, but 10 minutes of doing this, followed by like another 10 minutes of doing this, or just tracking, and then spend the last 10 minutes shooting, you know? Put it all together, try to minimize the amount of vertical movement. So anyway, that's what I want to see. And I know it sounds depressing, it's boring, but whatever. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. And then a good habit to get into is your queues are probably a lot faster than mine. But if you do have any long queues at any point, it's always good to hop into Vaxta or Deathmatch or something, so you can work on those mechanics while you're waiting. So that's my recommendation for you. Hopefully that was helpful a little bit, and shoot me another review after you spend a couple days working on some stuff. So good stuff. I will see you later. Goodbye.